Hi everyone, this is Norma with All My Crochet, and today I have a Barbie crocheted dress tutorial for you. This is what it looks like. Very easy, very simple dress to do. It's the back. You put her this way so you can see that. Okay. Now these are all the same dresses, same pattern. It's just different lengths. So this one's just a little bit longer. So it all depends on you on how long you want it to be. So this obviously will fit all the way down. So just depends on how many rows you want to do on the length. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to need today. We're using the Lion brand Ice Cream Big Scoop yarn. This is a light number 3 weight yarn. And we're also using a crochet hook B 2.25. So it's a small needle here, because obviously the dress is a lot smaller than what we're used to doing. So we're going to start with row number 1, and we have a chain of 34. Okay, so that's what we're starting with, is a chain of 34. Now we're going to start row number 1, and we're going to do a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. So those 3 chains there is going to count as our first double crochet. So in that 4th one, we're going to work a double crochet. So we're going to do a chain, or I'm sorry, we're yarning over, inserting the hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, and draw through 2. So now we have 2 double crochets right there. Now we're going to need to work 3 more double crochets in the next 3 stitches, so that we have a total of 5 double crochets to start with. So this is number 3. I'm sorry, that was, 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. And then this is number 5. Okay. Now in the next stitch, right here, we're going to work a cluster of 3 double crochets all into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. In the next 4 stitches, we're going to work a double crochet in each stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next stitch, we're going to work the cluster of 3 double crochets all into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's what we have so far. Now in the next 10 stitches, we're going to work a double crochet. So 10 stitches. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this last one is 10 here. Okay, now in the next stitch, we're going to work again the cluster of 3 double crochets all into the same stitch. So right here into the next one, 3 double crochets all together in the next stitch. Okay, now in the next 4 stitches, we're going to work a double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And in the next stitch, we're going to work the cluster of 3 double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. In the next 5 stitches, we're going to work a double crochet. It's 2, 3, 4, and the last one is 5. Okay, so we're done with, oop, that didn't come out correctly. Let me try that again. 5 right here. Okay, so now we're done with row number 1, and let me just show you what it's looking like. Okay, right there. Okay, so at the end of row 1, you should have a total of 40 stitches. Okay, so we're going to move on to row number 2. So to do that, we're going to do a chain of 3, which is counting as your first double crochet. Then we're going to turn our work over, and we're going to do a double crochet in the next 6 stitches, so that we have a total of 7 with this one. So we're not going to do it in this first one because we have the chain 3, and that's counting as the first stitch. So we're going to go over to the next one and start working our double crochets. So we need a total of 7. So in the next 6 stitches, we're going to work a double crochet. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, and number 7. Now we're going to do a chain of 2, 1, 2, and we're going to form our armhole now. So what we're going to do is skip 6 stitches, and then in the next stitch, in that 7th stitch, you're going to work a double crochet. So skipping 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in that next stitch, in that 7th stitch, we're going to work a double crochet. Okay, that's our little armhole. So now we're going to work across this way in the next 14 stitches. This one is counting as number 1. So we need a total of 14 double crochets going across this way. So we have 1, and go to the next stitch and work a double crochet, and we need a total of 14 of them. So this is 3. So I'm going to continue to do my 14 double crochets, and I'll meet you when I have all 14 done. Okay. So I finished all 14 stitches. We're going to do a chain 2 now so that we can form the next armhole. And then we're going to skip 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in that 7th stitch, we're going to work a double crochet. Okay. Now we're going to work double crochets all the way across this way, and we need a total of 7. This one is counting as number 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and number 7. Okay, so we're done with row 2. This is the front, and we have our armholes right here. Okay, so at the end of row number 2, you should have 32 stitches. So now row number 3, we're going to do a chain of 3, which is counting as our first double crochet. And all we're going to do in row number 3 is do a double crochet all the way across. Okay, so that's all we're going to do. So this chain 3 is counting as a stitch, so we're not going to do anything there. We're going to jump over to the next stitch and work a double crochet, and we're going to do a double crochet all the way across. So I'm going to continue to do this, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. And at the end of row number 3, you should still have 32 stitches or 32 double crochets. So I'll meet you at the end. So I've completed all my double crochets for row number 3, and I have 32 double crochets. So we're going to start row number 4, and row number 4 is just a repeat of row number 3. So we're going to do a chain of 3 that counts as our first double crochet, and all we're going to do is double crochet all the way across again, and I'll meet you at the end here. So it's just a double crochet in every stitch across. That's it. And I will see you soon. Okay, so I've completed my row 4 with double crochets, and I still have 32 double crochets. So now we're going to start row number 5, and to do that we're going to chain 3, which is counting as a double crochet. Okay, then in the next stitch we're going to do another double crochet, and then we're going to do a decrease. So what we're going to do is work 2 stitches, double crochets, and then we're going to do a decrease, then work 2 double crochets and a decrease. So that's what this row is going to be until we get to the last 4 stitches. Then we're just going to do double crochets. So let's get started. So I did the chain 3, which is counting as a double crochet, then I did a double crochet in the next one. So now we're going to do a decrease, and the way we're going to do a double crochet decrease is we're going to yarn over, insert the hook in the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Don't finish the stitch. I'm going to yarn over again, go into the next stitch, insert the hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. So now we have 3 on our hook here. Yarn over, and we're going to pull through all 3 of them, and that gives us a decrease. Now we're going to do a double crochet in the next stitch and a double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so now the next one is going to be the decrease. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Don't finish it. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We have 3, yarn over and pull through all 3. That gave us a decrease. And we're going to do again a double crochet, and then in the next stitch a double crochet, and then a decrease. So 1, and go into the next one, and then the decrease. So we have 2 more double crochets, 1, 2, those are just regular double crochets, and then a decrease. 1, go into the next stitch, and then pull through all of them, and that's a decrease. Then again, double crochet, and then a decrease. Pull through all 3, yarn over, and do again a double crochet, and then another double crochet, and then a decrease. Okay, and again double crochet, and then a decrease. Oops, let me try that again. Gotta yarn over first, right? And then pull through all 3. Now we have 4 stitches left. So just in those 4 stitches, we're just going to do double crochets to the end in those last 4 stitches. Oops, lost that. And then in the last one right here, a double crochet. So we're done with round number 5. Okay, at the end of round number 5, you should have a total of 25 stitches. And the reason we did the decrease is because on the Barbie, her waistline is thinner. Okay, so we had to do a decrease for that. So that completes round number 5. Round number 6, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, which is counting as a double crochet. And then all we're going to do for round number 6 is do a double crochet in every stitch across, and at the end of this row you should have a total of 25 double crochet. So we're going to the next stitch and doing a double crochet, and then a double crochet in each stitch all the way to the end of the row. So I'm going to continue to do my double crochets, and I will see you here at the end of this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the end of row 6, you'll have 25 double crochets. So I've completed my double crochets for row 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you can see, it's kind of going in. If you close it up, you see how thinner it is at the bottom, and that's for the waist of the Barbie. Okay, so now we're going to start row number 7. So to do that, we're going to do a chain of 1. Okay, now that chain of 1 is not going to count as a stitch, because what we're going to do now is do a single crochet all the way across. So in that very first stitch right here, did the chain 1, that first stitch, we're going to do a single crochet. And then we're going to do a single crochet in every stitch across. Okay, just a single crochet. This is starting row number 7. At the end of row 7, you will have 25 single crochets. So I'm going to continue to do that, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. So I finished my row of single crochets. That's what it's looking like, and you should still have 25 single crochets. So if you close it up, this is what it's looking like, and I want to try it on the Barbie so that you can see what it looks like. So if you put it through the arm here and then through the other arm, it kind of sits off the shoulder right here. Okay, and then this is the back. So you have room here for the buttons. Okay, and the waist fits right there. Okay, so now we're going to actually close, we're going to close the dress, so we're going to connect both ends together. So to do that, we're going to do a slip stitch. So here we have the crochet hook. We're going to go to this end here. Right here. And we're going to slip stitch to that first single crochet right here. Okay, and that's going to close the dress. Okay, now we're going to start the next row, and we're going to work shells in the next row. These shells here going down on the dress right here. So to start that, we're going to do a chain of 3, which is counting as a double crochet. Okay, so this is going to be a beginning shell. So we're going to start this one on this end, and we're going to finish it when we get to the other side. So let me show you. So we're going to do a chain 3, which is counting as a double crochet. In that same stitch, we're going to work another double crochet. Okay, and that's it. We're going to do for right now. Now we're going to skip 2 stitches, and then we're going to work a full shell. 1, 2, and in that next stitch, we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets all into the same stitch. Okay, so that's a shell. So this is a beginning shell that we're starting here, and we're going to end on this side. So right here we skipped 2, then we did 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and 2 double crochets. Now again, we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, go into the next stitch and work a shell. So 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. Skip 2 and work a shell. Right there. Okay. So that's what it's looking like. You have a beginning shell, 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 skip 2, and then work another shell. chain 2, and all into the same stitch, working the shell. Okay, so we're going to work the shell until we get to the last 3 stitches here that are unworked. So skip 2 and then work your shell, and I will see you when you get to the last 3 stitches. Chain 2 and then 2 more double crochets to form the shell. Okay, so keep doing it. You only have a few more stitches, and I'll see you at the last 3 stitches. So now we're here at the last 3 stitches. So what we're going to do is skip 2, 1, 2, and in that last one we're going to work 2 double crochets to complete this shell. So we're going to do 2 double crochets all into the same stitch, chain 2, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of that 3rd chain right there, and this formed a shell right here, okay, at the back. So now we have a total of 8 shells going around. Okay, you'll have 8. So now we're going to start on the next row, and this is where we're just going to do the repeat. We're going to do a shell until you get the length that you want on the dress. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one's 8 rows. This one is, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one is 9. It's a little bit longer. And let's count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me get that out of the way here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So the long one is 16 rows. So this is what we're going to be doing. Okay, we're going to repeat the shell. So now I'm going to slip stitch all the way to the center over here. So I'm going to slip stitch right here. I'm going to slip stitch in that one, and then slip stitch here, and then go to the center and do a slip stitch. We're going to do a chain of 3, and then another double crochet. So we have 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets, and that formed our first shell. So now we're going to jump over to that chain 2 space and do another shell here. And that's where we're going to do all the way around. Chain 2, and then 2 double crochets all into that chain 2 space. Jump over to the next one and repeat it. 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. So I'm going to continue to do this, and I will see you at the end of this row. Okay, all done. I'll see you at the end. So I'm here at the end. I have my last shell to do, and so we're going to do the 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then the 2 double crochets, and then we're going to do a slip stitch to the top of that 3rd chain of that first shell right here. Okay, now it's going to be easier to slip stitch because all you're going to do is slip stitch into the next stitch and then into the center, and then we're going to repeat the shells all the way around. So this is what we're going to do throughout the dress, is repeat this until you get the length that you want it. Chain 2, and then repeat the shell again. 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. Move over to the next chain 2 space and repeat the shell. So I'm going to do this until I get the length that I want, and I'll meet you here when I'm done. This is all you're going to do moving forward, is just do these shells. Okay? So I'll see you when I'm done with my rows. So here I've completed my dress. I did 7 rows on this one. Now again, this one had 8 rows. This one had 9 rows of shells, and then this one had 16 rows of shells. So it all depends on how long you want it to be on your doll. This is 7 rows, and this is how it fits on my Barbie right here. Okay, so I think that's a good fit, and that's what the shoulder looks like. Kind of hangs off the shoulder here, and then the back of the dress, you would add your buttons right here. And of course they would have to be small buttons to fit through these holes, or you can do a snap or whatever you prefer. So that's what this one looks like. So I'm going to try the long one on because so you can see how the long one looks on the doll. So this is the Barbie with the longer dress, as you can see. That's the shoulder. And this, I just added these bows that I got from, I think from AliExpress. And all I did was just put some glue on the back. So if you're going to wash this, this may come off. But all I did was just these little bows that I got from AliExpress, just kind of glued it on there. But that's what it looks like. And then this is the back. I had some small buttons there. And then it fits down just like that. So that's it for today. This is the dress that we just completed. And of course, you got to add your buttons, tuck in all your ends. And then if you want to add something, you don't necessarily have to. That's totally up to you. You can put it anywhere you want. If you want to add a bow or not, it's up to you. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the like and notification button so you can get notified of all my videos, and have a great day. Thank you.